Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily, a very fun and very special live session we are going to have all today here. But we are still letting people in, so we're going to wait just a few minutes to get started. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Need live previews? We've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
All right, everyone, welcome to this new live session of Customily. This is going to be a very cool and very interesting and unexpected and completely surprising live session because we're going to be getting inside Meta AI filters, so anything can happen on those results. Right, so to get started, let me introduce you to our team today. We are our own AI versions. I'm going to be the host, and of course, I'm a big Lego fan. We have Joffrey also on the co-host and on a very peanut style. And we have Josefina on the chat. We're all going to be using ourselves today. She's on a Ghibli studio style. And with that, but there's a lot of, this is just some of the scopes we are going to be covering today. But rest assured, we are going to learn everything about meta filters, how to prompt, and really amazing ideas, right? So to get started, let me give you some some points for today's agenda. We're going to be presenting this new feature, this amazing game changer feature we launched a few weeks ago, Meta AI filters. We're going to give you some insights of what this is all about, why this is a game changer, and prompt ideas, really cool tips on how to write and describe what you're looking to achieve. And of course, a couple of tutorials so you get some funny results of what we are getting inside. Of course, We're going to have a Q&A section as always, so prepare your questions, and also whatever we see around we cannot answer over the chat, we definitely will pop it in during the presentation. Okay, so to get started and welcoming my co-host Joffrey, we're going to talk about our new feature, Meta AI filters. We basically are turning customers' photos into art with just a prompt. So the prompt is something you input when creating your design in Customily, and customers, all they have to do is upload their picture. Of course, they will know in advance what kind of effect or filter you're applying. So basically, your product will be a custom Ghibli Studio customization of your uploaded picture. So you basically know you're going into that product to get your picture turned into that particular filter. And of course, products can be anything, filters can be anything, because even though we're going to share some popular ones, this is a prompt. So basically, whatever you type will then be interpreted as a filter. So these creative prompt ideas will definitely take you into the next trend wave, and we have no limit whatsoever of what you can imagine, and we're going to give you some great ideas. Right, so let me just jump. Yeah, so what are meta filters? This this tool transforms whatever customer uploaded picture. You upload JPEGs, PNG, right? One, more people, with a background, without background, depending entirely on the prompt, the background can stay, can go. That's something you control entirely, depending on the desired outcome, right? So whatever they upload will turn into unique and stylized artwork, depending entirely on your prompt. This is a very simple text prompt, no coding, nothing complicated, nothing external, no subscription, no particular accounts with any third-party service. And this instantly applies to whatever product preview you are watching. So basically, you are you're about to personalize and purchase a t-shirt. You upload a picture, and it doesn't have a turnaround of a few hours, a few days, or a proof over email. This happens within a minute clock, maybe 2 minutes clock, depending on the size of the image you upload, the complexity of the number of characters, right? So it will take between 1 and 2 minutes to generate this this filter application. Okay, as I said, there's no coding, there's no manual editing, no photoshopping, basically. So there's nothing you need to do to manipulate the end result. Customers may also re-upload the picture if they want another result, because that's nothing that is not steady. It changes on every iteration, every regeneration. And this is great for creating your own personalized eye-catching design. And so it's not just the filter itself, it's whatever you go with on your products, on your on your whole style. So you have a particular collection, a particular product, and you want your filter to go with that. So you don't have to cartoonize or to turn something upside down. Sometimes it's just applying, for example, a sepia filter, a black and white certain stone grave kind of effect. There's no need to turn up to change your characters or your image content, just changing the style, right? Making this look like old photography, for example, something like that. It's really amazing. So it's not just applying cool, fun effects. That's the really nice part of this. But if you're looking to specifically adjust the image beyond the classic filters we have, you create your filter. So you keep the original image and you apply something new, a posterize, a colorize, a I don't know, neon effect, whatever you can think of, right?
Right. Thank you
All
very
right.
much for. Can you hear me well? Yes, right.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much, Jose, for hosting, and thank you everyone for coming. This is a game changer. The Meta AI filters are a game changer for your store. The key here, and the key as business owners and merchants, is to stay relevant in the market. Because this is a fast-paced market, timing is everything. So when you adapt and you remain relevant and ahead of the curve with the trends, these visual features will help you stay relevant and appealing for your customers. The maintaining the pop culture aesthetics and the viral styles. And offering these possibilities to your clients will help you stay on the wave, specifically, right? So make sure that you can try our meta filters. We'll later on get to know how we're going to do about how it's possible to stay up to date. And this will simplify your manufacturing process and your creativity of ideas. This will simplify the process you're creating new products for your clients, because the meta filters will help you ride the waves while your store is still rising and while the trends come down the curve. From a marketing angle is very important, or this new feature is perfect for creating social media campaigns, because you will be able to promote and offer trendy designs, trendy styles with their corresponding artworks in just seconds. So this will simplify your process and your processes and your creativity and the possibilities that you're offering for your clients. So as long as you're using these products and this new feature, you will be able to stay ahead of the fast-moving design field, and you will, as I was saying earlier, remain relevant with total control of what you're offering out there. This is ideal for viral and seasonal campaigns, not only for viral but also for seasonal campaigns that you're launching. For example, in when you're creating products for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, you will be able to create your own personalized products with prompts that we're later on going to see how it's done.
Yeah, definitely. As we mentioned before, targeting specific campaigns with specific filters will not just overwhelm customers with options. Definitely, we recommend that you create specific listings with specific end results so you can guide customers into what they're looking for. And we believe this is a game changer, basically because this will help you. Meta filters help you because will allow you to quickly prompt out whatever is viral right now, whatever trends is going on, and be always there ahead of the curve. Will also give that instant reward because you are turning these creative prompts into personalized products. So basically, whatever it's immediate, the turnover and the effect you get on the end user. Well, of course, this is definitely a fun and interactive shopping experience. We had a lot of fun even preparing this live session, trying ideas, trying results, refining the prompt. That's something very important. And every single result was funnier than the last one. So it's a really fun and interactive shopping experience when you're also doing stuff or shopping together as a group, as people. Turning yourself something into a filter will really surprise the results and people around. Definitely, this will boost conversions in the real time. That's we mentioned that because the processing is very fast. It's a couple of minutes away and nothing more. And if you are clear on those waiting times in your preparation of the product page, in the help text and everything, and incorporating spinners so people understand that there's being a process going on, they will wait because they're really expecting the result in this case, right? And how also they help you because they don't need to rely on any existing tools, concepts, or any viral development that you need to actually purchase or grab or somehow get from others, or learn from this from someone else or any other store. You are going to be creating your own trendings and creating your own versions of existing trendings. Okay. By creating multiple products and multiple filters, you will be able to customize the filters and go into specific niches when it comes to pets, to couples, to family portraits, and so. And well, it will be like having your own AR artist at your entire disposal. Um, and of course, since it's already integrated into Customily, you're going to see in tutorials how fast it is to create the objects and to start playing around with the prompts.
All right. Here are a couple of tips that we suggest, and this is in terms of configuring your prompts and to optimize the way you want them to behave. Because you're going to offer a listing and you're going to offer a specific feature, a specific style for your clients' uploads, right? So make sure you use clear and descriptive language that helps the AI feature identify what you're envisioning, that help the AI feature identify which angle you're specifically trying to target. Add references for the AI to take inspiration from, like in the style of Van Gogh, such as the ones we have over here, and like a Pixar character, if that's the angle that you're trying to target, right? You can combine moods or genres like cyberpunk or cyberpunk meets vintage poster or 80s neon anime. So you can pretty much explore all of the angles, combine them, and take them to your prompt, but make sure you are as specific as possible and as clear as possible, and keep it simple so that it doesn't fall out from your envisioning and the inspiration that you're trying to get. Avoid overly complex prompts, and just as I was saying, keep it simple, keep it visual, so that whichever text you're writing is easily transformed and interpreted, and your vision of a product and your vision of a style is successfully and easily materialized, right? Here are a couple ideas that we are gonna throw, but either way, we are gonna have a blog post for this. But here are some ideas of prompts that you can use to target a specific publishing, right? You can use inspiration from an oil painting in Van Gogh style, right? Such as the one we have here, Pet Royal Custom, Renaissance style. Just the other day, I was working on one that was costumes for pets, and we were creating different types of costumes like mermaid, pirate, and then there was fireman, etc. So if you are able to explore the layers to what you're trying to offer, this could go places, absolutely. There are a couple ideas that you can use. Here are a couple ideas that we're throwing so that you can use to offer to your clients. And of course, we're going to have a blog post with different prompt ideas.
Mm-hmm. Well, and among these many ideas that you have here, and of course, we'll when you replay this video, you can take notes of this. The post is really really thorough on categorizing many ideas. One thing that you see, this could be a short, character-wise kind of prompt. But if you start typing or you find other longer prompts in online, you can just copy and paste them or keep typing. And if you reach the end of the box, you're going to see you can keep typing. We don't recommend extremely long prompts, and also keep in mind that you may copy and paste, but always give it another reading, because sometimes it repeats stuff and sometimes contradicts stuff. The other day we were watching that customers were inputting that they wanted a transparent background. So like remove the background, make it transparent and stuff. But the thing is, later on, the result was not doing that, because on a couple of lines later, they will say background should be smooth and clear of many shapes and stuff, something like that. And that was contradicting the first part. So that's when the system and the prompt was kind of chaotic. So make sure you follow a logic, make sure you attend different aspects one at a time. So first define the style, or then define the color palette, or define the way the characters should be treated. Then try to go into, well, if it's a cartoon, try to go into the colors, the styles, the outlines, or the borders, and then go into the background. So keep it structured, so the system will process one thing at a time. If you talk about the background first and then the background later, then the system will probably override whatever it started to read the first time. So putting together the prompt is really important. And well, as you start working on your idea and you try results and results, you refine that prompt in the first place. Now, Geoffrey mentioned that we have a lot of inspiration to get you started. We have products right now. We have a whole collection in our demo store. We're going to see that right now after this. And also, if you go to our blog on the official demo store or even our website, you will see that we have a couple of articles that introduce you to the way you can use meta filters for creating products, and also several ideas of different prompts. And you can actually copy and paste those prompts and try them yourself and then refine them, do work on this. We also have some really interesting examples that we tried today. We're going to list them also so you can have those as well if you like them, to have some fun. And well, I'm probably going to show you the blog article as well when I share my screen. I think we are all ready and very excited to get into the tutorial to see how this works. All right, so let me start sharing my screen. Okay. All right, first of all, let's get into our demo store. Okay, when you go to product examples, you'll see Meta AI filters. So let me hide this. In type of personalization, you can see Meta AI filters. Here you will find a few products that we have created with particular prompts that you can find in our blog. So if you actually click here on the blog, you're going to jump into our blog section, and you can find this article called "Say Hello to Meta Filters." And if you keep reading, you'll see that we have a very thorough explanation. We cover why this trend matter, basically a more detailed explanation and focus on as what we're talking today, and some prompt ideas. And this is the cool part, because we have this all structured so you can go straight to what you love. You want pet lovers, art styles, fun, novelty, and lifestyle as well. But for example, these are very short, get to the point kind of prompts that will get you something like this oil painting of a royal dog. We actually have that in a product like this. And let me upload a picture. Let me try with this. And as this is working, we're going to put this. Right, we're going to put the name here, and we're going to wait for the system to apply this. Back to the article, like I said, it is just going to be 1 minute. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see that also for pet portraits, you have this kind of watercolor painting. In the art styles category, we have this, for example, this is a pencil sketch. It's really cool. Also combining the right lettering and the right fonts is really amazing. A pencil style black and white kind of filter is always really cool. Let's get back here just to see it taking time of how much it looks to get this. Now the fun and novelty, this is really amazing, and it starts to get really cool from here. So this is a Ghibli-style, for example. We also have a Simpson style, or a Lego characters star, like this. This is also really nice. This is a manga, a classic manga, black lines, black ink, also really cool. And let me get you back to the product because this is finished. All right, here is, let me see. Check it out. So this was created in about a minute of presentation, and it's really amazing. Okay, we get the product, we get the character, we get the frame, everything that you see here is already been prompted, and all we need to do is upload the picture. We also have some other examples here. On another product, we had the Lego couple here, and we're going to upload your frames. Let's type in this and upload. We have a picture here. Yeah. Let's see how the system processes this picture and come back. So following on with the article, this was a well, this is basically another anime version, but this will be color. So something that you can do, like I said, is refining the prompt if you don't like the results, or kind of giving this is going to be a cartoon style for family, or a Pixar 3D kind of style as well. Let's see this. What? See this? All right. So it's processing. So there's a question that I think is nice as we wait for this. When I play with this, I could not get it in any other format than one-on-one. Is there a way to get it rectangular? Well, actually, there's not at the moment. Basically because our AI filter generates a square image. However, like any other image placeholder, you can move around and you can modify this. So you can basically stretch it to fit a landscape proportion, or you can specify in your prompt that the image should be compressed to a landscape format, leaving empty spaces on top and bottom, but you can enlarge that to fit a landscape proportion. So basically, if you add that to the prompt, you're still working on a square format because that's the output, but you can specify that whatever outcome that you want to actually generate will be landscape. So in this case, you see this is a placeholder, and we can actually move this around. Yeah, this is a Lego version. This is really amazing. All right, so this is another great result, and let's try another one as we keep answering questions. For example, this one. Let's pick an image and let's try with, well, we have some of our friends here, so let's go with Joffrey. As this is processing, there's another question. Does the resolution of the meta filter image match the original of the uploaded image, or is it a fixed resolution? At the moment, it's a fixed resolution. It's still a very good resolution because it will gather the information and all the pixel density of the original. So the more defined and the biggest and highest in quality the original image is, the better the result. And remember that whatever you generate in Customily will then be printed out or exported in the designated resolution. So basically, let's say you are printing a t-shirt with a 300 dpi resolution in PNG. If customers upload a 900 resolution image, it will still be converted and printed out as a 300 dpi resolution for the for the fulfillment process. So even if you didn't have the AI filter and you just upload a picture and check out, you are generating a print file that will never be as big as the image or as small as the image. So if you upload a really low quality image, a really small image, the system will always try to fit that into a 300 dpi resolution. So sometimes what can happen is your low quality images will be blurry. So that's why we always recommend you upload high quality images, because the system is easier for any system to just clean up pixels than trying to add pixels. So you have a very small amount of information between green and blue, and you need to generate a lot of shades in the middle to increase the resolution. Now, if you have a lot of information between the green and the red, and you need to decrease the resolution. Cleaning up pixels is always faster, better, and generates a really high quality image at the end of the process anyways. Right, so this is a Geoffrey Simpson version, and you have that. There you go. So this is all working as we speak, and this is amazing that we are getting some questions, because you see how fast this goes on in the front end. So for this example, we're going to be uploading. I never tried myself on Ghibli, so I'm going to go ahead and try myself and see what happens. Finally, to go around on the other list, remember that every single one of these filters has its own prompt here. So you can just copy paste the prompt to get these results. Now, lifestyle and aesthetics. This is a very important chapter, and also very, very interesting. Based on what we mentioned before, you don't have to use AI filters to completely change your character. Sometimes it's about changing certain details of the lighting, of the entourage, of the focus. So you see this, for example, this preserves the characters originally, and it changes the clothing, changes the lighting, for example. That's something you can prompt out on AI filters. So this article is for you to explore and to try yourself. Let's see this. That's me. Yeah. I look like Subasa's uncle or something. All right, great. So you see these products are online in our demo store, and you can play around with this. But what if we start to create our own stuff? Just 1 second so I can get back here. Right, I had to bring that screen back. And there you go. So let's go into Customily. So if we create, let's say we're going to create a canvas or a poster. First of all, when we publish a new product and we pick from our providers or our own products, after we select the size and everything, we need to create a design. So I recommend we go into the design part and just create something. This is actually very simple, because as you can see, we have the object here as its own independent tool. So whenever you create this, you actually get the same message that you will get if you create an image placeholder. The shopper's photo goes in here, period. That's the only thing you need to know. But on the settings here, when you go to the image behavior, well, you can apply certain kind of settings. For example, the fill area, or the limiting the image, or rotating 90 degrees, because you don't get to apply any filter. You get to type your own filter here. So we can apply pretty much anything. And maybe it would be really interesting if we can get something on the chat to apply here. So I'm opening the chat to anyone who would like to put a prompt. In the meantime, to give you some other inspirations and other filters we're going to be using, or we are going to be giving out today. For example, we had a lot of things here. Let me start from top to bottom. So this is a video game filter, and I made myself look like this. It's not that a particular video game, but imagine you can turn this into a sort of a Counter-Strike video game, Halo video game, even Minecraft video game. So turning yourself into a character from video game could be really cool. And the prompt is around here, right, to give them all listed out later. A cartoon style. This is a cartoon kind of those street artists, those very skilled people that enlarge certain features of the face and the body. So the original image we use here, these people you see here, we also use this in here and created this really cool cartoon. Line art filters, we we have this. This is Josefina as a line art. For example, certain, like I said, if you want to remove the background, for example, that's something you can input on the prompt and that will actually remove. And it could be really interesting to position this on another background, for example. Then I try some really out of the box ideas. I tried to make myself some sort of a cubist Picasso stuff. Actually, this took a lot of rewriting of the prompt, so I could not get myself like too broken into pieces, or it will still look like me. I actually wanted this to break beyond the character, so you actually get only certain aspects. So by reprompting, that was really cool. Another thing that it's still not that very elaborate prompt, I created some sort of surreal image or scenario in which you can upload your photo, and it opens your head. Basically, that's the prompt itself. And this prompt that you see here, this is a TV series that is actually pretty pretty on the news right now. It's very interesting drama and sci-fi series, and I decided to let's try to recreate the comic version of this story. Is pretty cool. Pretty sure this will be recognizable and people will try to create this, hopefully. Now it's just the eyes, so I had to be very careful on the prompt to make sure the eyes try to match the original image. Otherwise, it's just any person. In fact, I have my own version there. This is our friend Marco from marketing. Then we use our friend Joffrey, which he is a really excellent model for Peanuts kind of filters. And you see the same image we use here. Sorry. And it actually, the filter plays around really cool. Even kept the tattoos and everything. It's just really amazing. And the last filter I play around with using Josefina's picture, it's this kind of an animated TV series kind of character. Really gets to the nails that. So it's a matter of how you describe it, how accurate you are, and don't have to repeat stuff. Just be very clear on the inspiration style, be very clear on the way you want this character to show, like from top to bottom or from head just to the knees, how you want the strokes to be black and everything, and you get a really cool prompt in here. So we have some cool ideas. Let's let's try around. So Peter Max style. Well, I have no idea what that is. Make it look like Van Gogh's Starry Night, caricature art. Let's try that trendy toy action figure style. Oh yeah. We actually have a design with the prompt already there. In fact, that you upload your picture turns you into a collectible figure. Single line art, minimalist art style, where an image is created using a single unbroken line. Actually, that's really cool. Let's try that one first. So I will go like this. Turn this image into a single line, single line art, where the line never breaks. Let's try something like this. Apply the filter. Okay. So now we apply the filter and then we try with an image. Out of the risk of what can happen, I'm going to use myself. Oh, there's a lot of things. Create a toy of a person in the photo. Let it be an action figure. All right, so Charlie Brown style, we already have that listed out. Andy Warhol pop art could be. So as we
We
try to transform this. Oh, yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
I'm joining you. We have
Yeah,
plenty
because
of
it's
Yeah, that's okay. We have plenty of awesome ideas, and it's great to see you guys brainstorming and picking your brains out with ideas, because that's actually what we expect our clients to do. In any case, most times the merchants have better ideas than we do, so this is out there for you guys to exploit it. We
I was
have
very
another one. Uh-huh.
intrigued about we have. I was very intrigued about the Peter Max. So turn this picture into a portrait in a Peter Max 60s pop art style. Let's see what happens. Apply filter and let's go with Josefina and see what happens. In the
Actually,
meantime, let's try and see. Well, here you go. Right. So
this
it's
is
a very
actually really
simple line.
good. Yeah,
So you
yeah.
see, that's the prompt that you will see. You need to tell, right? So not just put pop art or line art, is turn this image into a singular line. See, very specific, but at the same time, not repeating, not contradicting orders, for example. That could be one option. Let's try another one so we don't lose what we have right now.
There's one here, Jose, that is really cool.
Yeah.
It's create a toy of the person in the photo. Let it be an action figure.
Oh, all right. Turn this image into a toy. I'm going to put this keep all people face portrait it. So turn this image into a toy action figure of the person. Keep all face features and hairstyle, and portrait it in full body, standing on a shelf. Shelf, that's correct? Yeah. I don't know what can happen. All right. It's your risk,
Yeah,
Shuffle.
that's okay. That's okay. I assume the risk.
Well, yeah, I was up late at night trying to create a lot of stuff. All right. So let's see how we are doing with um, our picture. Uh-oh. Apparently, I see this is something that can happen. It's nice it happens live. Request was rejected as a result of a safety system. This may contain content that is not allowed in the safety system. So this can happen. We need to reprompt. So so maybe I don't know what could have triggered this, but maybe we can rephrase this into a portrait in a 60s pop art style, similar to the work of Peter Max. Right, that could be a rephrasing that may, right. So when you apply filter, because you have made a correction, it will begin again. So this is not working. Maybe we actually need to remove this reference
Yeah,
and apply
probably
the
because it's
filter.
copyrighted.
Probably, most likely, that's the thing. It's encountering blockings on getting that information. So I don't know if just the 60s pop art style will be enough, but we're going to try anyways. So let's see how Joffrey ended up. All right.
This is so funny.
Oh wow. You know what could actually be really amazing? And you see how we are actually redoing this. I'm not going to change anything about this. For example, keep all faces portrait this in full body standing on the shelf. The action figure should be fully fully articulated, and I'm missing those but specific word uh, and joints should show. If all there was this toys similar to GI Joes that had like a round articulation, so it could pivot. Let me see if it actually gets that. All right, hey, so you see, maybe we were hitting some interesting copyright walls, but we definitely were able to adjust our prompt. So keep testing, keep trying. This can happen. It was good that actually happened live. All right, so Andy Warhol, we're going to get something there. Maybe we don't get that. So let's create a new object. The reason why I'm creating new objects is because basically I want to download everything we just did and probably put it as a final collage when we upload the video. So, and also I want to keep every single prompt we create live because we're going to share that on the list. So let's go with, so Charlie Brown is already here. So we're not going to be repeating that. You can pull that later. All right, so wait, let me, okay. Back here, but I think I'm going for turn this image into a pop art art piece similar to Andy Warhol work. Could be this phrasing. Maybe it's not the best phrasing, but we're going to try anyways. We can rephrase sometimes. Let's go with this. Use our friend Marco here. And let's see how our correction turned out to be. All right, see, I have a low brightness, but I think...
I went to the gym.
Yeah, and you're now articulated, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is my way of protesting that toys right now don't have all these articulations. This is amazing. Right, there you go. Oh, actually, it made you younger.
Yeah, it made me younger and hunkier.
All right, but yeah. You want me to make you 3D printed also? It will show like the texture. It could be, but you can turn yourself into, into a marble Greek statue, for example.
Yeah.
It's unlimited. What you can do. Hey, all right. So this actually turns out to be nice, but Andy Warhol, Johnny Warhol work specifically those paintings with repetitions. Apply filter. So we are improving our prompt. Let's see if we can do something else before we need to go. Or maybe if we have some Q&As, we can still play around with this and we can use this generation moments. Caricature art, trending action figure, single line art. That was really cool. Starry Night. Actually, that was something we can try. We can try with the free friends there. Let's try and create a new meta filter like this, and turn this picture into a scene at night in a in a Van Gogh style painting inspired by the like that. Let's try with this. Apply filter, and let's add more people so we can challenge the system. All right, let's try this. In the meantime, let's see if the correction we made, the correction we made actually created something different. And more accurate to what we were looking for, correct? I'm trying to see trying to see if we have some other ideas here. The action figure was really cool. All right, so we're going to wait for this to finish and jump on into the Q&A. Remember, we're going to be listing all these prompts that we created today. You can refine them. That's a great idea. But at least you know, you have seen live how easy it is to type something, to test it with your own pictures or customers' pictures, just to see, challenge the system to see what comes out, and refine it. Keep working on this until the end result is exactly what you're looking for, and then you just finish and create your product. So this is a really cool example. We can even try and refine this so it has a certain, Van Gogh had a perspective kind of deformation, so that could be also applied if you wanted to change a bit. All right. Well, I was trying to, let me just jump off to the Q&A. Okay.
All right. So shall I read them for you, Jose?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Absolutely. All right. Well, first of all, thank you everyone for popping up those awesome ideas. You guys are very creative, and that's why we were saying sometimes you guys have better ideas than we do. So let's get into this. Do you use one AI style per listing, or do you use a drop down for choice for customer?
It's entirely up to you. For example, the first one that I show you, the design that I created, and sorry, I'm going to jump back to my screen just so you know what I'm talking about. This design that I created actually has a single, it has a single, let me just hide this too. Single layout for every style, so meaning that you can actually have a lot of placeholders in your design and create them into layouts, so that creates a drop down, and then you make sure that the that the placeholder has the same ID. So basically, if you want, for example, you want to always you want to upload one picture, like so it's going to be ID 1. And you make sure every single placeholder has the same ID, which means that that same picture, you can just change the layout, changing the drop downs, and it will generate a version on whatever drop down choice you select. So if you want a single listing with a lot of styles, you create a structure like this, which is a lot of layouts, each layout with its own placeholder, meta AI placeholder, and its own prompt. So basically, each one of these, this was a good example. You can have a single listing, single style, and you can have multiple styles by using layouts. All right. The choice is yours, depending entirely on how you want to market that. But it's possible to create, just not on the same placeholder. You need one object per prompt, but that doesn't mean that you need to have one object per product.
Absolutely, and it actually brings an idea that just came up to my mind that you can use, guys, for inspiration. You could create, for example, a listing called art styles and have different layouts depending on styles of artists, like Van Gogh, Picasso, whatever, and having different types of artists or different comics. And then you can call that listing comics and have, I don't know, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, whatever inspiration, and you can exploit those options for your listings. And then we have another question here, Jose. They're asking if having multiple drop-down choices would choke up or slow down the output. Your mic is off.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't choke or slow anything down, but you need to remember that every single time you request a an image to be filtered, it takes about 1 minute or 1 and 2 minutes. So every single time you jump between one and another, if you want, um, if you don't want to have the system recreate the filter every time, you need to do as I did. You create a lot of layouts, but every single layout has an independent ID on the placeholder. Right? I'm getting a bit technical, but usually what we do is we have different layouts with and all the objects inside have the same ID, so they share the same picture. However, in this case, if you have the same picture and you jump from impressionist to modernist, it will take a minute to generate the image. And if you go back to impressionist, it will again regenerate the image, so you will lose that image, the original one that you had. And if you go back to modernist, will also redo that. So if you have different IDs for every single placeholder that you create, what happens is, yes, you need to upload the picture over and over every time you switch styles. But if you go back to a previous style, the picture is there, and the result is there. So actually, it could be really good to actually have like that. You cannot have everything working perfectly, but it's better to ask the customer to upload the picture again every time they want to preview a different style within the same listing, but that allows them to go back to other generated image to compare. Right? So keep that in mind, because if you only upload the picture once, every single time you jump between styles, you are regenerating the image. So it's the time of the customer what you need to keep in mind.
All right. We have two nice questions here, Jose. One,
right.
Will the system speed up the process over time, or the speed it generates at now will stay? Like, will we have a better speed, or will it stay like that?
Well, it's logical to assume that every single technology will advance in speed and quality. At the moment, I'm really not sure if we are going to be aiming for faster rendering. It's pretty good. I mean, I have seen other AI tools take about 5 minutes to generate something. So, so definitely this is fast, really fast. I mean, if you think about all the images we created in the last 30 minutes, it's amazing. I really don't know how this will advance. I mean, if I use common sense, this will advance. But at the moment, I would say that we are at a very amazing speed of generating images.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And then, how to keep the customer from playing with the API for a long time, running up a large cost?
Sorry, you cut out on the last one.
That's okay. They are asking here how we can keep the customers from playing with the API to prevent large costs.
Well, at the moment, this tool doesn't imply any extra cost for you. So there's no particular reason why you should limit what customers upload and regenerate. At the moment, this is a tool that Customily provides as part of their service. Not sure why they're mentioning the API. In any case, if you have your own API and you don't want to use that API, by taking that away, you use Customily service. And at the moment, that's what we have been using so far.
Excellent.
There's no actual extra subscription or cost involved in this tool.
Okay, and the last question is, can you use a mask on these?
A mask. Not the way placeholders work. All right. Actually, I was going to actually double check. Let me just see, because I'm actually testing, you see, because this is a really good question. I never tried masks, right? But we're going to try this. Let me just give you like any placeholder, you can actually upload mask because there's the option. Yeah. So I'm going to try and upload a mask. So it's thinking. So either way is going to give me. Oh no, actually works. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that this would be definitely. Yeah. Masks can be used. Not the best example I can see. Yeah. But yeah, you can use masks like any placeholder. It was a really good question, and thank you for letting me know because I have been playing around with the filters and the prompts, but I had never tried that button. And now you know that you can upload a mask into an AI meta filter object.
Okay, we have two last questions, Jose.
Sure.
One, are there potential legal issues imitating these styles, like The Simpsons, penis, legal character, etc.?
Well, the prompt is not something that it's public. It's your own way of describing something or inspired in or based on a style like. So the prompt is yours. Now, the end result, if it doesn't show any brand, it's as similar as possible. I mean, we are not actually using we are not using any brands. We are just generating images that have a similar style. That's the only thing I can tell you on the matter. I'm not an expert, but I think the legal issues are based on brands. I think so. No inspirational styles, I would say.
Okay,
In fact,
and
the
then
characters created by the AI are in no way similar to what is known and registered.
okay, and then will we be offering other aspect ratios at some point? And if so, when?
At the moment, I don't know. To be honest, right now the generation is an aspect ratio 1:1. As I mentioned, you can prompt out that this is created using another proportion within the square, and then you make sure you enlarge that. Okay. But it's something that has to be on the prompt right now because the object itself generates a square image.
All right. Well, that's it. Those are the questions we have for today. It's been nice to have this interaction.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wasn't able to see the chat because I'm presenting, but I see all the messages there popping in and crawling up. So definitely was active, and that's what we wanted. And the fact that we could actually try some of your prompts today and you see how they work proves that you are way more creative than us. Well, for any other questions, any other doubts you have about this new feature, make sure you reach us to support@customily.com. Also, you can open a live chat on business hours Eastern time. And also join our communities because I'm pretty sure they are boiling out with comments on this new feature, people trying stuff and sharing some cool versions of themselves also. Even as portraits as we did today. Definitely trying out with ourselves is the funniest part. So that's all for today. That's all for the AI meta filters that we can teach you. Then it's up to you to teach us. So thanks for joining. Thanks, Josefina, on the chat. Thank you and welcome back to the chat to Cecilia, our lovely Cecilia. She's back in business, back with live sessions. So we welcome her back. And thank you, Joffrey, for hosting with me.
Thank you very much for hosting, Jose. Thank you, everyone, for attending today and for your interactive participation. We enjoy having you over and responding your questions and taking your ideas.
Definitely. We're going to gather all the pictures and all the prompts and put up something for you when we upload this live session. So thank you for crafting this live session with us today. See you next time.